subject pool is exactly that. It's a pool or a group of subjects, participants. Typically we use the undergraduate students as our subjects, mainly Intro to Psychology, Psych 103 here, and it acts as sort of an assignment that the students need to do, is to participate as a subject in a variety of experiments. Right now the students are asked to do 5 credits or 5 points of experiment participation. Students who are in other courses as well are sometimes asked to participate. Sometimes it's an extra credit option. The reason why we ask students to participate in research is mainly, first and foremost, we hope it to be an educational experience for the students. We're hoping that if students actually go to a lab and participate as a subject, that they'll have another view. Hopefully once they have seen an experiment in progress as a participant, they'll have a better understanding.
I think it's a creative way to have a better understanding of the material, and being part of research always enhances your skills, and it's always a better way to look at things at a different perspective that you wouldn't have been able to while reading something as simple as a textbook. So it's more of a way to understand.
I learned that it's not like you're like a lab rat or anything. Like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people who've never been in experiments, they kind of feel like the person is treated like some kind of like means to an end. But it's not really like that though.
There are a lot of lessons that I'd like to have students get out of being participants in experiments. One is that I want them to see how dynamic the field of research is. We get tiny answers to specific questions, and then we as a community of scientists then need to take those little sparkles of information and turn them into an understanding of how something as complex as a human works. And it's magical as a career, and it's difficult to do right. That process isn't just something that I want people to sort of appreciate, it's something that I want people to engage in.
I think it's because the professors as well as the department wants the students to actually be involved into what they're studying. So it looks like they're more hands-on, more involved, they get like a good view of what they're doing and why they're doing it. It makes more sense.
I want to give them a pat on the back because it looks like really tedious work, and it's not easy, I guess, doing research. You have to do it right, you know, you can't take shortcuts around or do anything like that, so it looks like it takes a lot of work to actually get a general consensus on an issue or something like that.
The majority of universities, from what I understand, do it the way we do it, where we have this requirement. There are a smaller number of universities where it's not required. At those universities, just by nature of the available pool size, research goes typically more slowly.
There are sometimes cases where students simply do not want to participate, which is completely fine. This is a voluntary thing. Although a teacher may give a requirement in their class to do so many credits of experiments, if that student does not wish to, we do supply the alternatives.
Actually, when I signed up for this class, I had no idea completely. And I've really found out the first day when I got here that you needed research credits.
I think we need to be a little more creative and have a little bit more of a PR focus as researchers, and unfortunately we're not trained in that, and we often have much more overriding goals.
I think it's certainly very important to thank them for their participation. Without their participation, we wouldn't have any of this information that we have.
Without good research, we would not be able to offer people what we can offer them today. And so for research participants, I think it's important for them to really recognize the major contribution that they're making when they participate in research. And when people are generous and honest in that way, it really moves the field forward.
The participants are the engine that runs the science.